Okay. Ah! Oh, now the bloody bag's ripped. Hello. Okay, so that was a total fail. So I had planned to do a book like haul, trip, whatever. I planned to okay, I can't zoom this in, so I'm gonna leave it. So today is the first day that English lockdown has been lifted, so I thought I would take you guys on a thrifting book tour, but unfortunately it literally was a disaster. It was a disaster. Yeah, it was kind of a fail, to be honest. Like, in all the charity shops, you're only allowed a certain number of people in the shop at a time, and then every time we were waiting outside, the heavens just opened. Classic UK. And yeah, it was just not nice. So yeah, that was kind of a fail, but I did manage to go in one charity shop. So I'll show you what I bought in there. Didn't bring my own bag, I know. That'd be a good thumbnail.
Yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen! Yeah!
Okay, so I did only make it into one charity shop, but I did get 4 books and a bag. So I spent £2 and like 5 pence on this. So let me show you what I got. The first one that I was drawn to, I think I have like some footage of it here of me trying to pick it up while on camera and not being cringe. The first one I got was Faust. For people who love classics, basically it's a screenplay. It's called Faust, a tragedy in 2 parts with the Faust. It's by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, something like that. So I actually studied this play in uni. I have got really into acting classes recently, so I'm kind of looking for a lot of screenplays to, you know, practice memorizing speech and reading all of that kind of jazz into it, putting the emotions in. So I thought this would be a really good one to just like have a read of, have a practice. And also it's quite dark. If you don't know what it's about a man who sells his soul to the devil. So it's, yeah, pretty dark play, and he kind of goes mad afterwards from what I remember. But this also includes the Faust, which I didn't know what that was. But I think the Faust... So I think the Faust is the original script. It says Faust Goethe's Faust in its original form after the Goschausen script. So yeah, pretty hefty tome, classic, dark, something else beginning with D. So that'll be a really exciting one to read. I'm looking forward to that. The second book that I picked up was this, so The River's Voice, which is an anthology of poetry, sorry. And I just had a quick look in it. It had a whole ton of poetry by all sorts of names, you know, Frost, Burns, Wordsworth, Seamus Heaney, T.S. Eliot, John Clare. I mean, there's a whole lot, and it's all about rivers. So it says on the blurb, the voice of the river has given us a language of metaphor and meaning, linking us with countless generations who have paused and wondered at the paradox of constancy and flow. Yet rivers are now battling against an onslaught of denaturing, the lowering of water tables, chemical poisoning, the draining of water meadows, and the destruction of water-loving trees, habitats and wildlife. So there are more than 180 poems in here with, you know, voices from all over. I love poetry. I thought it sounded like it could be really interesting. I liked that it was really varied in the voices that they had. And also, I'm obviously a big lover of nature. If you've seen any of my videos, basically they're all filmed outside or very near to it. I would be today, other than the torrential rain that's happening. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I think it'll be really good, like from an environmental perspective and from a poetry perspective. The third book that I got was by Irvine Welsh, who is the guy that wrote Trainspotting. So this book is called Ecstasy, and it's 3 short stories all about like drugs, and again pretty dark subject material, but he's really funny in the way he writes. If you've not read Trainspotting, I really recommend it. But yeah, it covers pretty dark topics like necrophilia, drug taking, alcoholism. I did a module when I was in uni on Scottish authors and dependency culture, so like addictions and stuff in Scottish literature, and obviously we read Irvine Welsh, and his was a really interesting voice in terms of like Scottish substance abuse and dependence and stuff. And the last book I got was a pretty different one called The Mermaid of Black Conch by Monique Ruffy. Oh, I'm filming a video. Oh,
it's a housewarming.
Oh, is this for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. I wanted this plant for so long. Sorry about that. My mother came back in the car. Okay, so I'm quickly going to finish this up while she's just in the shop. So the last book that I got was The Mermaid of Black Conch. Now, I've never heard of this book, but it had a recommendation by Margaret Atwood on it, which kind of lured me in. And it's also set in a Caribbean village in April 1976. I feel like it could be a really kind of a book that transports you somewhere else. And I also just love the cover art. The word by Margaret Atwood says, "It's not your standard mermaid, no comb and glass, no Lorelei hair, no catch and release." So I think it's going to be quite a dark book. The back cover says, April 1976, St. Constance, a tiny Caribbean village on the island of Black Conch. A fisherman sings himself in the pirogue, waiting for a catch, but attracts a sea dweller he doesn't expect. I'm going to butcher this. Aikaya, a beautiful young woman cursed by jealous wives to live as a mermaid, has been swimming in the Caribbean Sea for centuries, and she is entranced by this man, David, and his song. But her fascination is her undoing. She hears his boat's engine again and follows it, and finds herself at the mercy of American tourists, landed on the island for the annual fishing competition. After a fearsome battle, she's pulled out of the sea, strung up on the dock as a trophy. I'm not going to read you the rest because I feel like it might ruin the book, but it just sounds really interesting. Like, again, kind of like an environmental book. I think it's going to be a really interesting read. Again, kind of dark. It also smells really nice as well. Yeah, I love, you know, anything with a bit of a dark twist. I love poetry. I love like a bit of the fantastical and the magical, the whimsical, if you will. And also I love books that take you to another place and put you in a whole different country, so that'll be great. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of a fail, to be honest. I kind of did the thrifting, didn't really take you with me, but those are the books I bought. They'll be really interesting. If you're interested in me doing a review of any of them, let me know down below. So I'm soaking wet, freezing, failed the book tour, but on the bright side, I spent my entire life savings on a cheesecake from Waitrose. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I think it'll be great. So I guess that's it. It was nice to see you. Sorry this is a quick one from my car, but you win some, you lose. It is what it is. So I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and peace out. Bye. Oh, and obviously it's sunny now. Look at that.